You are now listening to the Invite Podcast. Yeah. Bang, y'all know what it is. And we are back. Yes. We your boy was on hiatus. You know, the podcast has been, the podcast was the mysterious. It's the hand up Mona Lisa's skirt. You know what I'm saying? It's, I want to kick it off. First and foremost, we got a special guest today. It's episode 138. It's the No Invite Podcast. Yes, we're back. I know you guys probably thought like we would never come back or something. I know a lot of our listeners, if they're anything like we are, very shattered and have abandonment issues. So they definitely were feeling it and wondering where the fuck we were at. And I first don't want to apologize because life comes at you fast. So for all the people that have been hanging with us and been down with us for the past 3-4 years now, I appreciate you. We didn't mean to drop off the face of the earth without saying nothing, but this is why you gotta kind of follow us on Instagram, because I kind of noticed, bro, that there's no real there's a little disconnect between the viewership and the Instagram, the social media. Because people on social media that don't listen to the podcast usually just check in for the funny clips. And people that really fuck with the podcast and listen to them, a lot of them don't even follow us on Instagram. So I really feel like if you guys followed the Instagram, you would know that we didn't just try to leave you high and dry. We gave y'all a little insight. But since there's a lot of you that don't follow, we're going to go ahead and break it down for you real quick. Before we get into all that, we do have a special guest. He is first time to the No Invite Podcast, a really cool cat, known him for quite some time now. And you know what I'm saying? We just been keeping it pimping like Skippy, you feel me, the whole time, man. And we have two blunts. Two blunts in the building. What's happening?
What's going on, man? Glad to be here.
Yeah, man. I know you're here, bro. And he's a volunteer. He's not a hostage, y'all, just so y'all know, But we're going to get into about him and a lot of other stuff. And, of course, y'all don't need no introduction, but we're going to go ahead and give it to you anyways. Who else we got in the building?
Your favorite, I was going to say your resident scumbag, but you're the resident scumbag. So I'm just like,
well, you know what I'm saying? You're always in my residence when it comes to being a scumbag. So
the resident scumbag. It's
funny how they don't want to be, they act like they're not a scumbag too, right?
I just didn't want to take your place. I'm definitely a scumbagging it up, and this bitch is hot mama.
It's hot mama, my fellow scumbag brethren.
Yeah, certified.
Yeah, certified, you know what I'm saying? Stamped official scum of the earth. But look, so we have them in the building. I appreciate you guys for tapping in short notice. I literally put this together because I really want to continue to do the podcast. And since we're going to get on it real quick, I have to give them a brief explanation of what's going on. So for me lately, I've had a lot of things going on. I have a lot of other endeavors besides being a newly minted dad. You feel me? My dad energy has increased by 2 times. You feel me?
That's right.
I mean, my dick got longer and my hair got a little thinner. You feel what I'm saying?
No.
That long range. The long range got better.
You know what I'm saying? My LRP's been hitting though. You dig what I'm saying? That long range from the couch type shit. But what's it called? Because of that and other things, obviously, because I am a one-man band of some sorts, I do a lot of different things: music, clothing line, podcast, record label, producer of what's it called, writer of scripts and screenplays, as well as casting and you name it, bro. We the independent game, and anybody that knows that, anybody that came from the mud when it comes to entertainment or anything knows that, it's just how it is. You got to do a lot. You wear many hats.
Yeah.
You wear many hats, even if you hit it raw. You feel me? You're still wearing yeah. I'm talking about. But look, no, and honestly, so because of that, we haven't been able to have the time to get together and make these podcasts like how we want to. It's not that we all haven't had a time. We all have just different schedules. You feel me? On top of that, I know Hot Mama has the Love Fix, her very own podcast that drops every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday. We got episode 22 coming out.
Episode 22?
Mm-hmm.
Episode 22 coming out. See them climbing up the ranks. They're getting their podcast mileage in. You feel me? But because of stuff like that and other things, life, myself, and Ann as well, the best kept secret, we haven't been able to get on the same page. And my thing is that I'm very much a stickler for quality. No matter what it is I'm working with, I always want to make sure that I give the people the very fucking best that I can. You know, I don't want to feel like I half-ass anything. I don't want to feel like I ain't do it because I'm forced to do it, or I want to do it. I want them to know that I did it because I was inspired and I want to do it. With that being said, since we haven't been able to match the output, I felt like it would be better for me to just fall back from actually putting out episodes instead of giving you guys a lower quality version of our episodes, if that makes sense. And that means is like, I don't like to do shit rushed. I don't really like to do things last minute. And although this might have been last minute for Hot Mama, me and Two Blunts, we've been plotting it since the morning. So surprise, you know what I'm saying? Caught you slipping.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker. Surprise, motherfucker. Nah, but look, so with that being said, I just want to let everybody know that we are currently underway. The hunt is officially on, and the only way I feel like we're going to find the host, the next host that's going to be taking over my spot on the No Invite podcast, is to actually have people in here guest hosting, and we see what they do. You know what I'm saying?
What they're working with.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? See if they moving and grooving, shaking and baking. I ain't trying to see what nobody working with. I'm just trying to see.
Tell me what you working with.
I'm just trying to see if they qualified for the taking the driver's seat in this podcast, because honestly, I want to really, like, while I have other things going on, I don't want to stop doing the podcast. I want to give the people that been fucking with us, been rocking with us, top tier quality fuckery from all over the world. And in order for us to do that, I still want to get somebody, and it's been a plot. We've been talking about that, y'all. We've been telling y'all that somebody was going to take over my spot eventually, and now is going to be the time. We got Two Blunts in the building right now. You know what I mean? He riding shotgun with us. He's gonna take it for a spin for like a couple weeks, and at the end, if he feels like he likes it or he wants to continue to do it, you know, we're gonna put him up, you know what I mean, and then we're gonna let a couple other people get a little spin. You feel me? Because that's the only fucking way that
get my hands on the driver's seat. I'm in the corner real quick.
You gotta take the training wheels off, man, and just you just gotta sometimes you gotta fly before you could crawl. You dig what I'm saying?
Hey, you see me in my baby mama's car, windows down, going 80.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
You see me in your baby mama's Honda Accord. You feel me? With one of the motherfucking with the right airbag blown out. You feel me? The check engine light on with the motherfucking tires that
the tire pressure lights on.
Having the baby mama inside the fucked up car.
Nah, that's her car. What you mean? She's a strong, independent woman. She don't need nobody. So she don't need a man to tell her that she needs an alignment done and the inside of her tires are worn down to the studs.
She already know.
As a strong, independent woman, I'm gonna let her go ahead and figure it out and find out for herself that that's very dangerous. You feel me? Because I would be doing her a disservice if I didn't let her. You feel me?
No, I am so glad I got married before I had babies. The fuckers ain't right.
Terrible, I know.
Like to set you up for failure.
You got this, baby. You got this, right?
It's like, yeah, baby, you gonna have my baby, and then we all gonna move in with you.
I get the couch.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I just want to let you guys know that the hunt is on. You're going to be seeing a lot of new faces on the podcast, as well as some familiar faces, until we could get the right rotation. Because you know what? I am the motherfucking Bill Walsh of this shit. I'm the motherfucking I am what I say I am. Because if I wasn't,
then why would
I say I am?
Exactly. That's the great poet right there once said that. If you don't know who it is, Google it, you little young motherfuckers. As a matter of fact, you shouldn't even be listening to this podcast, to be honest with you.
Exactly. Right. If you don't know, man, get out of here. All right, so get out of here.
I know, let them listen. They might learn something. No,
run the views up, but then leave. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get off into what we always do. We're gonna check in with our co-hosts and see how they're doing. We're gonna start with Hot Mama. Hot Mama, what's up? How you been? And I know we ain't did a podcast in a while. It's been some weeks. What the fuck is going on with you? How you living your life?
Even though we haven't been recording a podcast, I've been recording a podcast still. So that's been going on. And I'm really excited to do that. It's the second season and we got a new straight man on there. So it's not going to be hella gay like how it was in the season.
Yeah, you just for everybody knowing, for Two Blunts, just for you know, her podcast is gay as fuck.
It's gay as fuck.
Okay.
But yeah, we got this guy and like really good looking and like his voice is really great. So I'm glad to add that addition to the show, and you know, just being a preschool teacher and tie-dyeing at nighttime when I can, and just living my little unicorn dream still.
The fuck out of life, hey. Hell yeah.
That's right, Big Willie style. You feel me? So, okay, so Two Blunts, man. What's up, man? Two Blunts, my guy, bro. How have you been? First of all, I ain't seen you in a minute.
I know, man.
No, but I have bumped into you from here and there. You know what I mean? Checking you guys out at the shop and stuff like that. But how you been? How's your week been treating you so far?
Pretty good. You know, had family over this weekend. You know, it was my mother-in-law's birthday. You know, just been working on myself. I'm dieting. So I'm down 40 pounds. You know, you can see me glowing a little bit.
Yeah, so my guy got his glow up. You feel me? You know, he moving light like a feather right now. You know, he really light on his feet. Ninja feet. Go ahead.
No, I'm halfway glowed up. So when I'm fully glowed up, it's over for everybody.
That's right.
I fucking hate guys lose weight so easy. I feel like you guys just fucking.
You think so?
Yes.
Think it's that easy for us?
Oh, I heard really that cry in your voice.
It's very easy for us.
Man, you don't think I want a burger? You don't think I want, you know what I mean?
Oh, a burger. I wanted a burger so bad today. I knew I wanted a burger so bad for some reason today. I knew it.
What kind of burger do you like? What's your favorite spot?
Okay, so my favorite spot is, what is that, 5-Star out in Pittsburgh?
5-Star, Food Co.
Yeah.
I hear good things about that place.
McDonald's.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right over by McDonald's and like Domino's and that little shopping center. But yeah, the Five Guys, a bacon cheeseburger, come to mama.
Damn. You gotta make me break my diet. Yeah.
My favorite burger is pussy. Oh, my bad. Hold on, how many minutes are we in? We're probably they just fucked my whole YouTube up right now. Oh well, fuck it, it is what it is. We're scumbags. We're scumbags on the podcast, and we'll continue to be so. You know, we don't bow down to no one. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I want to see that goddamn warrant.
I want to see that goddamn warrant.
So, what about you? What's your favorite hamburger, bro? How you take your burger, bro?
Me, I'm a Carl's Jr. guy. I look me a double Western, but I also like me some Wendy's. But since I'm a diet, now that I'm a diet, now they decide to bring out that 1 cent burgers.
Yeah,
with that, man.
It is.
Like they're setting me up. They're setting me up for failure. They want me to come back.
They say the devil's working hard. You know what I mean? So
really
devil's working OT. You feel me? And when you work OT, you know you usually hit the drive-through, so the devil's there waiting for you. Devil got whatever you need. Temptation.
Didn't need oil, but I got money for, you know what I mean? For hamburger all day.
That's right. So okay, so that's what's up, man. As far as me and my burgers, I don't know. I like them just regular, I guess. I don't really do bacon. I like cheeseburgers. From where it depends. I hate to admit a lot of people, don't like them, but I like Five Guys.
I would like Five Guys, wouldn't you?
Get the fuck out of here.
How you like them? How you on the side?
The burgers. Let's clarify burgers. This burger is pause because now don't forget she's still in podcast mode. She's still in podcast mode. She's bringing that her shenanigans with her and shit. Hey, you feel me? So
she low key cooked you real quick.
Taking shots at the kid.
I thought this was all about fuckery. It's good.
It is fuckery. That's why
I like Five Guys too, but just not the burgers.
I don't know what to say about that. Okay. So, anyways, fuck what I'm going through. So, how my week has been? My week's been great, bro. Thanks you guys for asking.
Oh, my bad.
My week's been perfect, man.
You have the best week. You have a newborn in your home. There's nothing that could ever replace that joy. You have
you're right.
Joy.
Big blessing, man. Big blessing.
You're right.
We already know without you even having to say.
I know.
I can see that smile from year to year.
Yeah, and you know what it is too. It's just good to know that thing's still working. Skirt. You feel me?
Still shooting up the club.
Just know that when I'm shooting, motherfuckers is still getting shot. You feel me? I ain't just shooting in the air. You dig? So it's always a blessing. It's always a blessing at 42 to be able to shoot this 4.5 and hit my target. You feel me?
How old is too old? Huh? How old is too old?
I think I'm at my limit. I don't think if I don't have one within the next 2 to 3 years, that's it. It's a wrap.
Hey, my dad had a baby at 62.
You see what I'm saying? See, it's rough for women because women, I feel like you guys give up more of your soul and your body to creating a baby because they're cooking inside you. So it's like it takes a lot from you. So like that's why I feel like you guys have like a window for when you guys can have kids, even though it's not always true, right? You know what I mean? Everyone's different.
Like the eternal clock. Whatever.
Yeah, like and then for like guys, it's just easy. The pipe's still shooting. Like after they done cut the water off, it's still. You know what I'm saying? It's like it don't matter how old. Yeah, it don't matter how old. That shit's still gold right there. God. Liquid gold. You feel me? Stop playing with us. The creators.
We in here.
feeling real misogynistic right now. I'm just kidding, by the way.
Just a real question, because I'm kind of curious.
Talk to me.
As men get older, I know you guys are way too young to know this, but I mean, like, maybe you guys are aware because you're a man, but do you guys just like stop like coming, like, or does cum always come out?
Yeah, that's what we were saying. Like, our shit always works. You could be like 70, 80 years old. Those motherfuckers is like 70-some years old having babies. Shit's still firing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's still firing. So, yeah, I mean, that's the delivery process that the good Lord chose, were it to shoot out like that. So that's the form of firepower that we're shooting. We're, like I said, to be at 42 to shoot this 4/5 with accuracy, like,
Who's that?
It's a blessing. You feel me?
Yeah, shooting string.
Yeah, I'm saying we ain't just shooting bottle caps, baby.
Here.
Hey, look, it's just, I mean, we just talking. I don't know. I told you I'm in full fuckery mode. You guys.
That's okay. Let's keep on talking about you guys.
I feel like I owe our listeners the very best. You feel me?
Yeah. Like 3 or 4 weeks worth.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm backed up. You feel me? I gotta get this shit out. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get this podcast out.
I think I got a
y'all talking about. You fucking filthy scumbags. See, that's why
that's my breaking point.
I'm out of here. She had enough. How dare you? Anyways, okay. So look, that's me. Anyways, yeah. Fuck what I'm going through. But okay. So we're gonna get back into it, bro. And you brought it up earlier, so we might as well go address it. It is National Cheeseburger Day. We already know how everybody takes their cheeseburger, but let's be a little bit more serious about it, right? Okay. You brought up a point, and you were saying that how can they afford
or to give out fucking cent burgers for only 4 days or 3 days, whatever they said,
when they typically cost like $4 damn near for that same burger and shit, right?
Yeah, like what's going on? Like, are they giving us real meat?
That was one of the things. That I was gonna allude to. Do you think it's? What do you think? First of all, what do you think that is? That are they doing like lab meat? And that's why they're doing cheeseburger day so cheap or whatever. But because usually they do like buy one get one free, but not like they're doing penny burgers. You feel me? And 50-cent burgers. I'm like, come on, bro.
I think it's like 2% real meat and the rest not cut, like fucking little
human meat.
Yeah, it's human meat. Yeah,
it's baby burgers.
That's terrible, bro.
For eating your children.
No, but what makes you feel like that? What makes you feel like that?
Because, I mean, how could they afford to, give out so much cheap prices and they're complaining about, like, inflation, not paying the workers? If they don't got money to pay the workers, like, how could they afford to give out such a good deal?
Exactly. Well, and you think that's why, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why, Hot Mama, our local resident expert on meat,
beef.
Gracious with some of your expertise on what do you think is the reason why they're cutting these burgers so damn cheap?
Well, I do agree with it maybe not being real meat. I have this theory.
I thought you were going to say you agree with me telling everyone that you're an expert.
Well, I mean, that's off top. I mean, if you say it, right? Like, no.
If you don't know that already, then you ain't been listening to this podcast. You're new to the podcast, so we got to remind people.
Exactly.
No, but go ahead. Seriously, though. You think it's like, what do you mean? Like, do you think it's like, to the extreme that we're talking about, like human meat, or what do you think?
Yeah, so I think that they kidnap babies, that they really are kidnapping children in establishments. Or okay, so this is a really wild ass theory, but there's so many children who go missing, right? And what do you think fucking happens to them? Like maybe some of them get, off into
human trafficking and shit like that.
And then
organ harvesting.
And then what are you going to do with the meat after you've harvested these organs? So that's one theory. And then my other, like, maybe not so outrageous theory, I feel like, is that they're fucking price gouging us every single day of the year. And so therefore, these couple days that they give us, it's really no sweat off their back. There's such
it's like their Black Friday.
Yeah.
I would honestly, and this is like just me being someone that just observant of business and how things work. You would think of it like this, like, I buy 100 t-shirts, I get it for this much. If I buy 1,000 t-shirts, I get it at a dramatically lower price because I'm grabbing more at a time. I'm moving more, right? So think of it like this. They are doing the same shit. They're doing the same fucking shit. They are, when they buy their shit, I bet you a burger for them to put together what they pay for total is probably like 10 cents, 25 cents to make, because all the ingredients they buy in bulk. You gotta remember that. So with that being said, like that was my, I'm all for the good conspiracy shit because I wouldn't put it past them. That's the thing. The difference between me, I don't shut them down, but I don't run with it like this is law and start foaming at the mouth, and then all of a sudden I'm ready to fight my family members at Thanksgiving because this shit's real. Like, I don't do that. But what I do is I listen to, you got to hear shit out, because people don't just say things just to say things. Everything comes from somewhere is what I'm saying. People do say things, just say things. Go to your social media, but I'm saying. But I think it's just, you're right, Hot Mama. I think at the end it's just that they've been price gouging. They're using this whole it's inflation to run the numbers up on everything, because then that means everybody has a legitimate reason to raise their prices because of the cost of what they say it is. But in actuality, when you're someone that pays and a corporation and makes money on a big scale like that, you're paying pennies on the dollar for the shit that you're selling us for like $5, $4, $3. You do what I'm saying? That's just how business works. And it shouldn't be surprising to people, but I really feel like to me, honestly, it's part that and part they want to do lab grown meat now because it'll probably cost less to make it too. So then therefore that penny on a burger that they're spending to make, or 10 cents, turns into a half a penny, a third of a penny to create, because now they're growing their own meat. So now they don't got to pay all the cows and the fucking farms and the slaughterhouses and all the shit that they run, and or their distributors where they get meat products from. And I think that the beef companies and all that other shit is the same thing. Now they're gonna have a cutter for real beef, and they're just gonna increase their money, so they don't give a fuck neither, because they're like, okay, let's go. We're all getting money on this. At the end of the day, the people that are consuming it are the ones that's paying for all this shit. So, it's deep, man, and we could go, like I said, I'm all for the good conspiracy theory.
The big rabbit hole.
Yeah, that we could go down the rabbit hole, but just know that at one point, man, you have to look back up and be like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, you gotta be like, yo, I was high, bro. Like, motherfucker sitting around hella stoned and
don't mind me, I was high.
Don't mind me. You can't believe nothing I say. I was high. You feel me? So yeah, okay. So I mean, I could dig it. It's National Cheeseburger Day. Everybody, make sure that y'all. I'm gonna tell you like this, straight up. If you eating cheeseburgers and shit, you better be balancing it out. You better be eating some fruit. You better be eating some vegetables, because I don't give a fuck what you say. If all you eat is cheeseburger, you stank. You stank.
And you taste bad.
There you go. When that's a woman telling you they're right there, and you know what I mean? You stank. Just know that. Yeah. So balance it out.
Step your game up.
Yeah, step your pimping up, you know what I'm saying? Get fragrant, get floral, you feel me? Get, smell good, taste good, live good, eat good, you feel me? All that shit. Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
That's right.
Yes. All right, so we're going to keep it moving. Got another. All right, so I want to be in all honesty and transparency. These are all topics that Two Blunts brought to the table. We're completely rocking with damn near everything that he, not almost, but almost everything that he did, because, we got to make sure that we know what enough to be able to contribute. You feel me? Some shit. Sometimes, like how we were talking about, we bring stuff to the table, and it's like, well, if we're not all really versed in that, it makes it hard to give you guys a well thought out, I guess, analysis on it. So, but we are going to keep it moving. We are living in California, and we all know, and some of y'all probably see the news, so they probably blow it a lot more out of proportion than they like to, than it really is. But we all know about the homeless situation out here. We all know how San Francisco and Oakland and a lot of the big cities all up and down the coast, not
15-minute
just
cities.
Yeah, not just the Bay Area, but LA, Seattle. It's a very, very big issue with homelessness. You know, it's getting to the point where it's just disgusting, and it's really, you know, it's bringing, it's just bringing down the quality of experience. If you live in the city and you have to deal with that shit all the way, then it's bringing down the quality of life. I don't live in the city where it's that bad. It's bad where we're at, you know, in our part of the county and stuff like that. It's pretty bad, but it ain't, you know, as on the magnitude as the cities are. Is that a fair thing to say, right? It's pretty fair to say, right? Yeah. So, because of this, you know, everybody has seen a spike, you know, because a lot of laws have been passed, you know, also as well, that are kind of like changing the dynamic of what is a crime or what is considered a crime. So it's also affecting that as well. That's affecting everything else as well, because it kind of feels like it's one is feeding off the other. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Shoplifting has got worse throughout the years.
Well, retail is shutting down, right?
What was that?
A lot of retail is shutting down because of it. Yeah,
because I mean, they're stealing like crazy. Like before, they wasn't stealing like that, but now it's because the law they passed that before it was $350, now it's $950 because there was an overcrowding in jail. So basically, they're giving the criminals that steal way more. Like, I could steal hella shit and give me a fine or something. So it's like a little slap in the hand. So they're like, there's no really that word, like justice. Yeah, consequences. There you go. On their actions, it's just like a little slap on the hand, and they go back to doing it again. You know.
How you feel about the situation out here, Hot Mama? Do you feel that it's as bad as they try to make it seem in on TV? From your personal experience, because also at the end of the day, we could only really speak on from what we've seen. You know, I know what I've heard. And I got to take everything that I hear with a grain of salt when I'm listening to it, just to make sure that, you know, because a lot of times people that are in positions of big outlets will spin media to make it fit whatever agenda that they're trying to push. So I always take it, like I said, just like conspiracy theory. I listen to it, hear it out, analyze it, and then I think, okay, well, I'll put a pin in that until we see what goes on. Keep an eye on that, but I'm not finna go crazy over this shit. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I got a life to live. But what do you feel about it, though? Do you think it's as bad as they say?
Well, I'm not exactly sure what they say because I haven't watched the news in like 10 years, probably.
Oh, so you're an enlightened person.
You could call it what you want, but I'm just saying I'm not falling for their bullshit. The only way that I watch the news is by accident. Like if I'm like walking
somebody else's house, and
they're watching they have that bullshit on. I really don't know what they say. All I know is from my experience that it is really bad. That I choose not to visit this city very often, and especially with my children, because I don't want to subject them to having to walk around feces in this fucking street, or you know what I mean, like
or watch somebody just start peeing right in front of you on the wall, like with no no
discretion, no nothing.
You can't even walk down a street without smelling pee. And it's like, these aren't really experiences that I'm wanting for my family or for myself too much. And so I choose not to venture out too much. But even within my own city, my daughter notices a difference. Like she'll say things like, oh, you know, we visited Portland a while ago. And she noticed the difference of how Portland was a lot cleaner than our city. And she's like, why is there so much garbage and people just walking on the streets like this? And I'm just like, I know, huh? This is interesting. This is different, you know? And so it's kind of like...
It's much when a child says it and notices it. Most children are most noticing their own stuff. You know what I mean? Like their own little world.
Yeah. And it's like going down to the river and then being like, why are there people camping out along the river? It's like, well, baby, they don't really got much options right now. But I really feel like it starts with mental health, like, because a lot of these people are there because they're not healthy. You know, if they were healthy, a healthy person majority of the time wouldn't choose to live right next to the river or with
to be homeless and to live in dire conditions. You know, they're living, but it's like, you know, it's a hard life. It's, you know, it's not an easy life for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people like to think, oh, they just lay around all day and think. No, they still have to get up and try to find a way to eat because they don't obviously have no money. Now, like you said, a mental health thing, I agree. But you know, what else as far as that goes? I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, it's good. It's good. But yeah, I was just thinking like that it's really sad to me. It's I have family who are also homeless or have experienced homelessness. I've experienced homelessness at some point in my journey. You know what I mean?
I have too, definitely, on multiple occasions.
Right? To be living in your car or to even be worrying about like, well, where am I going to go next? Or what's the next move? It's real stressful, you know? Like, and so how do you expect these people to do better if they're still living in survival mode, you know? It's like I try to have like empathy. Empathy, right? But then in the same token, there's like a lot of drugs and alcoholism that's involved in it too, you know, and that's like an escape. But it's also, because in my idea, the way to fix things is there's all these empty buildings. So why don't you give the homeless people a space to be able to shower or be able to sleep and be safe? But then it's like, how do you set up rules or guidelines for that? Because
safety is a concern too, because now you're giving them facilities for other things to happen, and that's the tough part. Mm-hmm. Like honestly, I agree with you 100%. It starts with that, because you don't, as much as there has been in the recent years more talk about mental health, but it's really been more aimed at people like everyday people like us that go to work, that have a home, that have a structure to our life. But it's like, I'm like, yo, we definitely need to find ways to help these people that are homeless, that are drug addicts, that are alcoholics, that are just sometimes just have mental health issues and, you know, just can't be anywhere. They have to be out. They have to be on their own. There's no one that they could get with that is going to help them, and they possibly need meds. You never know. They probably need different kind. They need meds. Some of them are
they're gonna like psycho meds, and they don't have it because their insurance, you know, got expensive, where they can't, you know, afford certain things, and then
all kinds of shit, man. Everybody got a different story out there, and there's somebody I sympathize with them people out there. Now, don't get me fucked up. I don't condone a lot of shit. You know, there's certain things that I don't agree with out there. Like I said, man, I think people take advantage, because I work out there a lot. Like I be in downtown in the what's it called, in the business district and shit, and like people just pissing on the streets. You know,
like doing drugs in the street,
pulling the hoodie up. You know, some of them just flat out smoking crack right there and shit. And it's like, it's just it. I get why people say it's that bad, because it's like, why? I get what you're saying about, you know, why would I want to bring my kids around that stuff? And it's true. And, you know, it makes it difficult. And, you know, somebody that sympathizes, somebody that was homeless and slept at friends' houses, on their couches, in their garages, on their porch when we couldn't come inside. Like, I know what it's like to not have somewhere to go. But at the same time, it's like, yo, some of these people have mental issues, so the streets is probably not the best place for them. It's probably doing more harm for them than it is anything. And I'm not saying to lock anybody up. What I'm saying is they need more mental health programs, yes, and more things to help, more resources to help them. Not resources to help. Like, you see how they give them resources to get high and shit, like to give them
clean needles.
I mean, I get that. I get the clean needle thing, because they're trying to stop them from promoting, because they're going to use no matter what. That's the thing about people that shoot. They're going to use no matter what. So either I have access to a clean needle, or I am going to use whatever I can, because I'm not fucked up over it. It's a sickness. Like, they'll get sick and really be in pain and damn near die. So, I mean, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's like they need more of this. So we're going to go around the table real quick. I'm gonna start off with two blunts. You are the mayor. You are the fucking governor of California. You got the money. You got the power. What would you do to fix the homeless situation in California. That's all we can say. We can't say the nation, but let's say California.
Say California. Well, I'll allocate some funds to like putting up places and like people actually go in the street and like looking at and talking to these people like, hey, what's your situation? Why you're in this situation? And they'll tell you, oh, I'm sick, and then using that information, taking it to your place where there's a place where you have people that help you out, like get special skills, show you how to become
resources.
Become a regular person like in society. But first, you need to tackle mental illness, and then start off from there. But I would try to open youth centers where people could actually come in and feel welcome, not feel like they're piece of shit, right? Treat them with respect, dignity.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a lot of thing also that you go down there, you see people get treated with less than that, just because they're
pouring water over them, throwing food at them,
and don't get me wrong, but don't get me wrong, there's some motherfuckers out there that be acting up though. I'm I said I didn't say a goddamn sandwich. I said some money. I said $5, bitch. But nah, you know what though? Cause I'm look, this is cause I have this thing. There's a lot of different types of homeless people. There's homeless people that are on drugs. There's homeless people that have mental illness. There's homeless people that just lost their house and they were struggling as it is. There's homeless people, runaways, teenagers that just don't want to fucking go back home for whatever reason, and they're out there and they're moving around, living place to place and shit. There's all different types of homelessness. So, I used to live in a neighborhood where this family would pull up in their minivan every night and park across the street from our condos to sleep. And they had a baby and everything. And I felt bad, you know what I mean? But it's just but you could tell they had their job, they had their shit together, they had all their stuff. Something happened. I don't know what it is to them. And at the same time, I don't trust nobody, so I'm not gonna approach you about nothing. I'm the type of person I was unless I see you in danger, so I'm gonna leave your ass alone, my motherfucking business. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's probably a difficult situation for them as it is. The last thing they probably need is somebody all up in their business, talking about what you talking about. You know what I mean? But because of that though, I know that like you said is important. The reason why I bring that up is because what you said is important about having resources, because some people might just be homeless, but they need a little opportunity to get back on their feet real quick.
Yeah, just give people hope that there's a better way, because we all have stories. I have stories. I pulled myself from a dark hole. I did it with hard work, and, I did it because, people stood behind me and said, you know what?
We got you.
We got you, just keep going. Actually gave me hope instead of everybody you ain't gonna be nothing.
Looked at you like scum of the earth and you would never be nothing and shit. Nah, I know that feeling too. You know what I'm saying?
So I know that feeling. So that's kind of what pushed me to you know what? But I'm gonna prove everybody wrong. Now I'm doing way better than I was 10 years ago when I was out in the streets and basically didn't have no home. My parents didn't want to fuck with me. My brother didn't want to fuck with me. So I was at a real dark spot, and I was in the garage, and all of a sudden just it clicked. Hey, what the fuck are you doing with yourself? This ain't for you, man. Time to man up. And I grew up fast.
Yeah, man. And see, you know what? You're a very lucky person, because a lot of times people don't get that opportunity. They don't get that opportunity to do that. So
they don't have that realization,
and it's a terrible thing, because you're really literally you're letting your life pass you by, by not trying to take a moment to understand what you're doing and how it's affecting you and how it's affecting it's going to affect you. And for whatever reason, everybody has different reasons, like I said. But because of that, like I said, there's different types of levels. So for someone that is really bad, that needs a lot of help, mental health, like you said, resources, to even just somebody that, we lost our house, or, there, a lot of stuff has been going on with renting and stuff like that. So there's certain,
or just renting out clothes so they can do an interview, a place so they can shower so they don't smell when they go to an interview. Yeah. Give them some a little rundown how to do an interview, practice, hey,
Remember back in the day, they used to have the YMCAs and shit where there was But that one was more like kind of like a rec center for everyone. They need to do something similar to that. Maybe not a place for people to sleep because, you know, the problems that could cause. But maybe a place like that where they have facilities they have access to, and that they're able to, you know. But it's tough, man. It's tough. Like I said, I be in the city all the time, man, and it's really tough. So there's a lot of different ways, but that's definitely a strong way to kick it off, you know. Mm-hmm. All right, what about you, Hot Mama? You're the mayor, you're the governor. You know, the buck stops here. What are you gonna do to solve the homelessness problem in California and then America? Cali first.
I'm gonna take away from Two Blunts a little bit here because I really liked what you said in the beginning about sending people out to the streets and seeing what the needs are. Like, I think canvassing and surveying what people really need is a great place to start because we have our ideas of what we think they need, but really it would be great to hear what they think they need, right? Like, if somebody were to tell you, or okay, like, how about this? If I were to tell you that you need to go on a diet, right? What is that going to be?
I'll be like, fuck you, first of all. But then I'll be like, I'm listening.
But if Two Blunts came to me, and if I'm listening, he said, but I started talking.
And I'm listening though. What'd you say?
But like, if you were to come to like somebody and they were asking like, hey, what is it that you think that you need? And you'd be like, I think I need a diet, right? Like, how much more like receptive would you be to that help? As opposed to somebody being like, nah, you need this, you need that, and this, because we know what's best for you, you know?
Yeah, instead of they telling you what's best for themselves, like what I need to make myself better.
Yeah.
I think it should be a combination of both because if the person actually knew what they needed to be better, they may not be in that situation as far deep as they are. I'm not saying it's not impossible. You dig what I'm saying? I think you need both.
Yeah, I think
both helps. You got to hear them out.
Yeah, so what I was getting at is that you gather all your surveys, right? And then you take it back to headquarters. And then that's when you come up with the plan of how you're going to help the neighborhood or, you know, California. And then you're going to see on the survey, okay, well, some people said that they just really need a place to shower and then that they'll be good. Or some people said that maybe they just need meds or somebody to talk to. They need that hope. Okay, well, let's set up a couple different centers to do this, do that. You know what I mean? That way people can go to different places and not just in one place, but in multiple places. So that way they can, maybe there'll be like one shop that's like clothing. Right. And then you can go there and you can go and get what you need for your interview, or you can go and get what you need. And then, I don't know. And then that will lead you to having like some one-on-one with somebody where they'll give you that interview experience.
They'll coach you.
Yeah. You know? And so I think that's
like a tailor-made program for person, somebody that's going to help me, not just a cookie cutter thing where they're trying to force this on somebody that it's not.
Because like I said, thing doesn't fit all.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Yeah, just one thing doesn't fit all. And so it's kind of like, it would be silly to think that one fix would fix everybody. Like you need multiple outlets to be, you know, because maybe some people don't need help with drugs, but they need help with health insurance or something, you know, like.
Yeah, Dr. Chang is expensive.
Most definitely. And you're right. You know, at the end of the day, you have to hear what people want, and you got to kind of meet them in the middle. You know, you got to have, of course, treatment. You got to have the things that are important because obviously they're not living a very healthy lifestyle. Not all of them. Like I said, some people might just, like I said, they might need an assist. How you guys are talking about, but you need to have a facility. What you're saying is to where they're able to do it all. Like from somebody that's really down, you know, drug addicted and needs a lot of therapy and needs, you know, a full thing to maybe just facilities where people just need. I just needed somewhere to come and shower real quick and this, or I just need somewhere else to go do that, and you know, or I need, like you said, I need to come in and see if I could check out like a suit or check out something for this interview, so I can make a good impression. To even, you know, for people that are functioning maybe a little bit more, with you know, that are capable of healthy like dormitory and style living. Maybe they could graduate to that point, you know, and get to the housing, like in-house housing, you know, because a lot, like I said, everybody's different. Some people might need resources but don't want to change it, you know. And so okay, if it's on me and it's not and I don't know a lot about politics or how shit works, so I'm pretty sure any Joe Schmo, what do you call that, politician will shoot down holes in everything that I'm about to say. But I feel like, okay, the first thing that I'm gonna do is definitely what you guys are saying. We need resources, we need shit boots on the ground, we need people that are willing to come help.
Get dirty, you know what I mean?
Have facilities and well, shit, man. We got money. We're gonna dedicate it. We're gonna pay these people salary, but we want people that want to be there. We want people that really want to help. That really want to have the patience to help people, because it all starts with that. If you don't have a good relationship with the people you're trying to help, and a patient one because they're dealing with a lot, then they're not gonna have no trust in you. They're not gonna have no faith.
They don't want another problem. They want solutions. They want somebody to actually empathize with them and show them that, you know what, I understand what you're going through. There's another way, but let me lead you to that way, and just, so you could get away from what you're,
in a sense, some kind of trust. You know what I mean? Obviously, we're not in an era where they're trying to lock these individuals up for doing drugs like they were when we were young. So then they need to have some kind of other solution. That would be the first thing that I would want to do. Like I said, to have facilities and resources readily available for people, and to be able to have places where we could screen people and people could come in for these resources, and we could determine what type of treatment and what type of process that we should run them through. I would also, in order for that to happen, there's a lot of people that would say, well, security is an issue. Security is this. I feel like they and this is an idea that's not new. People have said it and said it again, that they should have mental health response teams that ride around with an armed officer. The armed officer is taught to assist but not take lead unless they feel that it's a life-threatening situation.
Right.
But you know what I mean? And allow to and be there to assist, and to allow the mental health specialist to be able to deal with the situation, to be able to assess it and determine on whether or not they're qualified to deal with what's going on. Because a cop, they're not detectives, and they can't impede, what do you call that? The process of the judicial process of them doing their job. You dig what I'm saying? So if there's a crime being committed, then clearly that thing. But the mental health specialist will help as a buffer and a way to gain trust with the community that they're trying to serve.
Right.
Because there's going to be incidents at these facilities that we're having. People are going to have mental breakdowns and episodes in and around, especially if we plan on making it a hub for people to be able to come to. So we have to find a way, like you said, to keep their trust, but to also be able to keep some kind of order so that we are able to continue to help everybody, because that's the main goal.
There can't be no chaos. It
can't be chaotic, because then people get burnt out. You put more stress on the people that are there trying to facilitate these resources, and then the next thing they're getting hurt, they're quitting, they don't want to do the job, is not just worth doing anymore, not desirable to other people to come do. It makes it too hard, too much strain. So that would be two of the things that I would do to put in play. Definitely stuff like that. I feel like it all starts with our education system. So then I would put as much money that I am able to every year into our public school systems, whether that means, finding innovative ways to be able to have these teachers not be overwhelmed with too many students, and not be so overloaded in the class that there's not enough resources for everyone in the class, such as things that they don't make sure that every teacher doesn't gotta come out of their pocket to get supplies.
Yeah, I don't want to get
that's crazy. I don't never understood how we live in the United States of America, and they want you to be all on the fucking country's dick and gun ho American, and we can't even provide the most basic and essential tools for these kids.
America's
you could do it
saving other people's countries, but nobody's coming to save it.
Ain't nobody coming to save us.
I don't hear Ukraine sending $100 billion to the U.S.
for nothing.
For nothing.
See,
you know what I mean?
and you know what I'm saying? And I get they got their political theater and they got all their little agendas that they're pushing and whatnot, but it's like, at the end of the day, it's for the people to decide how they feel about that, because clearly they're not thinking with putting the people forward. The people are running the back seat. So now after that, you could follow the rabbit hole and see where that takes you, and you could come up with a lot of different reasons on why they might be doing that. I'm not here to discuss that so much, but that being said, I would definitely pour and push as much money and funds into the public school systems, because I really believe it begins there. Where the fuck is the fucking music? Where is the fucking weights? I mean, there's certain class schools that got it, but there's other schools that are really fucking neglected. And you know what? That starts there. What's up with these elementaries? I really feel like it has to start, the money getting poured in has to start as the youth, babies. Like, the whole thing is that when it comes to that is resources, bro. You know, there's no more music in schools. There's no more, like I said, there's certain schools that got it, you know, in certain places that
there's no auto shop, no carpenter. I remember doing electronics in school, in high school. Like, I learned some skills from auto shop, you know. But now that, you know, if I went back to Antioch High, they took all of that out. It's just, you know, just regular straight, you know, learning through books and math and history. You know, we need stuff that's real life skills that you could transfer it to the real world. How to balance a checkbook, how to, you know, math is very important. I agree, but
like, how many people know how to buy a fucking house? Probably not.
How to do and maintain your credit, how to fucking be financially responsible. You know that in a lot of the more affluent school districts and even the private school districts that have a lot of money, they teach these type of things. How do they see? The thing is that's the reason why I would pour that money into the fucking school system, because I would want it to be of, like, you know, like, we're pouring this money into the school system, but I want it to be a forward thinking curriculum, and I want it to be teaching these kids not how to be good factory workers, not how to be good laborers, not how to be good fucking, you know, servers and shit like that. And I'm not knocking that, because that's really the heartbeat of America, and that's what a lot of their parents and our parents did. But, you know, at some point, these kids, they are the future, so we have to springboard them into to see how far they could take it now. You know, we have to give them the opportunity. You dig?
Like give them the tools to.
Exactly. You know, I'm making jokes and shit, but on reality, this is the real shit. It's like, that's what it's about, you know, and it's about making sure that, what's it called? It's about, you know, putting the money. I think, to me, honestly, that's where it starts. It starts with putting the money in the youth, giving it to them, giving them resources, opportunities, real fucking field trips, real facilities at school. You know, even if possible, if it's able to, you know, paying for their fucking uniform. If we asking them to wear a uniform every year, they should get, like, their free set at school. Go collect it. What's your size? Go collect your free 5 should be at least on the school district. And then after that,
they should provide, like, simple essentials, like a pencil.
Well, it's because you think about the stressful stuff when you don't have money and it's back to school time, you know, or when you were young and you just didn't have money and it's back to school time. It's like kids, they started doing uniforms so kids wouldn't get picked on and wouldn't be fights and gangs and shit, right? So, but, you know, not have the lack of having stuff sometime, or be able to partake in stuff, you know, it's very, like, I won't say it's very damaging to a kid, you know, because they're not getting the full experience of, you know, because, I can't do this. Exactly. And they feel like an outsider because it's like, yo, I wish I could do that type of stuff. And, you know, and they're kids. Like, if you're an adult, there's no excuse, go out and get it. You could get it. But as a child, we try to give, you know, our kids everything that we can. All parents do. You know, if you care about your child, that's what you want to do. Mm-hmm. But, you know, what I was going to say, that's the most important thing to me. That it starts with the kids, man. So that's where all my money would go to, putting into
That's a really good point, because I feel like once you got that foundation, that firm foundation, it's like for us, for instance, like, even though one thing or another brought us to that place of homelessness for us, because we had somewhat of a good foundation, we were able to have that realization of, oh, nah, something's got to give. We've got to change. You know, we got to do something better for ourselves. And a lot of these kids, they don't have that firm foundation, that starting point in their life where somebody, you know, along the way has been there for them, to support them, to give them that confidence. And
like a role model.
Yeah. And if we were to put that in early in life, whether it be from staff at school or from support systems and recreation communities, like, things like that, it's going to give them that confidence from an early age to know that they can do anything no matter what fucked up situation they find themselves in.
Well, now also because now with social media and everything, a lot of people, they're not used to dealing with people in person. People don't I feel like people's skills have kind of went away. So that's another thing. It's like I feel like a lot of the kids that are confident, a lot of the kids that were, and well, at least for my generation, a lot of kids that were confident, and a lot of the kids that moved around, really well, were kids that played sports. Because playing sports teaches you confidence, teaches you teamwork, teaches you a lot of like fundamentals in life that you need, because you're going to be dealing with people as a human being in life, in different dynamics and relationships, and having to do things. So, but then also it was what's it called? Not only is it like sports, but it's also like the bad kids were the confident ones, because they had they were already getting in trouble. They didn't have a very sturdy home life to begin with, and they were kind of left to go fend for themselves.
They were just like thrown in the jungle and telling them like, hey, go figure it out. Like, what do you mean? Like, nobody had taught me how to do stuff. So I need somebody to kind of like guide me through life.
Some kids don't have nobody at home to tell them, good job, or hey, make sure you're doing this, or make sure you're doing that. Some parents, maybe they would like to do that, but they have to work all the time. Yeah. Maybe they would like to do shit like, and I'm speaking from my personal experience. I can't really speak for nobody else's personal experience, but being that I felt a lot of these things, it's like, that's why my approach to this type of shit would be the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And what's it called? But yeah, that's me. I guess it is what it is. We won't know. We're not politicians. We're just giving you our perspective on what we would do. I'm sure everybody got their idea. Some might not be as humane as the ones that we're coming up with. Because I hear people talk. Like, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I know that it's disgusting and it's gross when you're walking down the street and you see piss and human shit on the ground. And what's even more funny is how the city be trying to cover shit up, right? So, like I told you, I've been working in the financial district a lot. So I've been walking around and peeping the whole, just the environment, and like I said, trying to like decide for myself, is it really as bad as the TV says, or is it just certain areas? You dig? We got to remember, this is a big city. No matter how big the city is, there's going to be some sort of homelessness. There's going to be some sort of drug addiction. It's just now obviously that the numbers are way up more than on a lot of those things, right? But it's like I walk around and I see things. And that big ass fucking tower, the biggest tower now in the skyline right there in San Francisco, when you come in, and they have the little projection screen at the top of it. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's called the Salesforce Tower. Mm-hmm. Okay. And they just opened it last Friday or last Thursday, something like that. So let me give you some context. I've been working down there, walking around. City is stank, piss, shit. There's a lot of homelessness and a lot of disgusting things all around this. It's been like that through the whole fucking business district. Well, this new Salesforce Tower has opened up, and I guess, I don't know if they're trying to get people to rent floors, like other big businesses, because that's what they kind of do out there in the financial district. Like, you got other big businesses like, whatever, Bank of America or whatever, they rent floors, or other tech companies rent floors in these buildings, that billionaires own these big high skyscrapers, and they rent floors out to these different businesses. So I'm thinking that's what they're trying to do, because I think Salesforce is Jeff Bezos's building that he financed or whatever, or helped finance, whatever, however that goes. I'm not quite sure. But whatever the case is, it's been smelling like piss and shit for the last couple fucking months. And then here comes the grand entrance of Salesforce. They're trying to attract people from not only all over the city, but all over the world to have their headquarters in their new building. The day that they open, where I'm walking down there, I'm walking, I'm going to get me a snack, ready to go do what I got to do, right? Go handle my business. And the streets smell different. And they look a little different. Right? And they look a little different. And I'm like, bro, why does this smell so like detergent-y and like fresh out here, just walking on the streets?
Smells like fresh air.
and I didn't see really none of the usual homeless people in their spots. I seen a lot of police presence down there, like a lot of police presence on the corners in different places. And then I'm just thinking to myself, just as somebody that's being observant, I was like, oh, so the city wants to make sure that this big company has a good look for its rollout. So they came by with the street sweepers and the fucking power washing places and sprayed the whole fucking streets down, the sidewalks, the curbs, all these nasty areas where all these guys was, fucking shooting up and smoking and pissing and shitting. It's all clean, smells like detergent. Now it ain't perfect because it's still out there. You could only do so much, but that just gives you some context of what they're capable of and then what they choose to use their power for. Okay, right. If you're able to do this kind of scrubbing and cleaning and fucking what's it called and have that, okay,
and all that,
you're doing this for a private business. You're not even doing this for a city. Exactly. What's going on with this? Where's the city people getting this treatment? So look, I'm not, like I said, that just lets you know, like, my personal perspective, what I see. I don't know nothing. I'm not a politician. I'm not none of that shit. I'm just a person with an opinion, but that's the shit that I've seen. And it doesn't, if you're observant enough, things will start making sense. Things will start coming together. You feel me? You got to zoom out and not just look at what's in front of you, but maybe take a look around you. You might see some shit that you ain't never see there. You remember that movie with Roddy Piper? It was called They Live, and he put the glasses on, and he was able to see, when put the glasses on, he was able to see what really reality looked like, and it was taken over by aliens. And a lot of people walking around in public were really aliens, but you couldn't tell. He could only tell when you put these glasses on, and you would look, and when he would look at advertisement on the walls, it would say buy more, stay asleep, don't ask questions. But when he'd take it off, it'd be like advertisements for Nike and advertisements for fucking different brands and big corporations and shit like that. You got to watch it. It's an old flick, but it's kind of crazy how it's relevant now. It's called They Live. But look, with that being said, man, we're going to go ahead and cut it. We got a little deep for them. Maybe the next time we'll be able to finish up and we'll hit them with the toxic relationship, past experiences and whatnot. I think that's a good one, but that one needs a little bit more time. I think we're good right now. 2 Blunts, man. Thank you for being down. Thank you for staying down.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man.
You, hot mama.
I know this was last minute for you too, because I literally hit you up this morning about it when we were talking, and I was telling you what was going on with it. But we're gonna have you back again next week. We're gonna try to keep up some consistency, if not weekly, then bi-weekly. Forgive us. Like I said, life comes at you fast. Everybody got priorities and issues, and I would rather just know this, that I would rather give y'all nothing than give you something inferior. You dig what I'm saying? It's all or nothing, baby. Pow, pow, pow. I'm still shooting. You dig it? Yosemite Sam. Don't stand too close to me, girl. No, I'm just kidding. But now, with that being said, we appreciate y'all. It's episode 138. Now, we're going to go around in a circle. Where can they find you? 2 Blunts. I think you need to make an Instagram profile because look, okay, so to give you some context, right? We've had situations on the podcast where people have had told their coworker about the podcast, and then I guess the coworker told another coworker, and then next thing you know, the what's it called, the workplace snitch knows, and went and took it to HR and tried to get the homegirl Ann washed up, but they ain't know Ann got the bounce back. She wasn't tripping off none of that. So while it was that, she had that snapback, baby. You feel me? That shit came all the way back. You know, I'm telling you, in fact, a little extra. Like what? Well, you know what I'm saying? But that's because, she's a resilient person and she had more shit going on. But, you know what I mean? Because of that, we try to protect everybody. We go by our podcasting name. So if you know me, you owe me, Roman. So don't act like you're fucking, out there in the world. Don't act like you don't know that I do a podcast. And if you act like you don't know, and if you do know and just don't want to say nothing, look the other way. But with that being said, bro, if you don't have an Instagram, or maybe you do, that you want people to follow you at, you can drop that for them right now. If not, let's try to have them for them by the next episode.
Okay.
Either way. Okay, so we'll stay tuned with that then. All right. Any shout outs? Anything you want to say before we pass it off?
I just want to say shout out, to you guys for, thanks for having me. This is my first podcast. I always like to talk about, stuff like this and share my opinions. And I want to say shout out to my family, for supporting me through hard times and, Shout out to all my haters. Without y'all, I'm not complete. You know what I mean?
Mixtape coming soon. You should be paying me $5.
I know. It's not enough. Volume 6.
Exactly. So, no, for sure, bro. And I want to say thank you, bro, for coming on. And like, I understand, I know people get upset, but we have jokes on this motherfucker. We crack jokes. You know, we have a good time, but we also talk about real shit. And that's kind of that's kind of been our MO because we're human, you know, we have jokes, we talk about shit, we're scumbags, like we said, but we're also parents that care. We're also concerned citizens of this great nation. Right, and, you know, we're also like, you know, we're brothers, we're fathers, we're sons, you know, all kinds of shit. So it's like, you know, take the jokes with a grain of salt. Don't get fucking, you know, don't get butt hurt. Don't get your panties in a knot. You know, don't stop acting like.
Don't report me.
Why you acting like a bee? I don't give a fuck. I block. You know, the first thing the code is to make sure once you get onto a job that you go and you block every one of your fucking coworkers. And then what you do after that, if you find out and you screen them that they're cool, then you unblock them. You feel me?
Okay, there you go.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they had to do something illegal in front of you for you to trust them.
Exactly. Trust me, bro. We do the training day thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you gotta hit this weed, nigga. If you fuck with, if I could trust you, you better hit this weed. So I want to see.
If you want the podcast link, you smoke this shit.
Okay.
I didn't know you like to get wet. You like to smoke dust. That charm you got there, you know, real training day. Nah, but you know what I'm saying? Okay, so cool. With that being said, what's up with Hot Mama? You know what I mean? Go on and hit him with the 1-2 because I know you're a professional now for sure at this shit.
I am. I'm gonna put the love fix out first because I want you guys to go listen and follow on Instagram at the love fix XX. And then you can also go and look at my beautiful tie-dye at totally.tie-dyed designs. And I have one more because I'm feeling frisky. If you guys want to see some shit, because it's for funsies, follow me on Snapchat. It's, dropping that Snapchat.
It's getting real when she dropped the Snapchat on y'all. She's
like,
gonna bless y'all.
I want some more fun.
Exactly. Fresh drop.
Yeah, first shot. That's where that's where I post all my funny memes that aren't appropriate for Instagram. And
because Instagram's hella mad soft and they'll flag you for any old ass thing, pussy ass motherfucker.
I also still have my pastor on my Instagram, so I don't know.
You get the what's it called, the bread and butter good old Susie Q fucking homemaker ass on Instagram.
I swear, like each one
and she gets ratchet on the snap, huh?
Yeah, they show different sides of me, each one, like my, you know what I mean. So follow me on Snap. It's P Hammock 19, P Hammock just 19. Just follow me. Okay,
there you have it. Well, okay, so first and foremost, man, you guys can go to Instagram and follow the account at _invite_podcast. For all my people that listen for all over and you do not follow the Instagram, please follow the Instagram. That's how you're going to get, what's it called, not only all the information and the updates on what's going on with the podcast, so you're not like, what the fuck happened? What happened to these motherfuckers? But not only that, I'm formally inviting, even though it's the No Invite podcast, all our listeners, since we're doing shit via Zoom, if you want to come, you know what I mean, test drive the car,
talk your shit,
you know what I mean, talk that shit, you know what I mean, pop your peas, you feel me, get on here, I'm talking about, and let these bitches know. I'm all for it, and that's male or female, you dig? Come on down, y'all could go ahead.
Discriminate.
What we'll do is we can screen you guys through the Instagram, check you out, make sure that you guys are capable of talk about expectations, and then if it happens and it's able to, come test drive it. I'm looking for a co-host. I'm not playing. I'm not going to do this in its entirety forever. I have other things that I need my attention. I want to keep the brand going. I want to keep the shit. I'm trying to save it. So if there's somebody out there listening that it thinks that they're able and capable of, don't forget, Hot Mama was a listener before she was actually on the podcast.
Okay, that's right.
She was just someone that was a supporter and dug all the fuckery. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay.
Plus, I got some fuckery to add.
So when she came on, I knew she was going to fit perfectly with what we were doing, and I knew that she had aspirations to take it to a whole nother level with the podcast she's doing now.
Yeah, man.
So there she is. So because of that, we're looking for a good counterpart. We have Anne, the best kept secret, that is definitely still on the show, still a part of the whole process, and we want to find the perfect fit, the counterpart to her, so that we could keep this running. I could go run around and do my shenanigans and build my empire of business and technology. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And make this and start this West Coast Wakanda shit, you feel me? Like where we have our own society that's just stupid ass high tech as fuck. But with that being said, it's No Vibe Podcast. Like I said, you could go to our YouTube channel as well at RiBirth Media Films, RiBirth Media Films with an H. Media Films with a Z. Go over there, subscribe, like, hit the whole bullshit, and support the people, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to support, we're trying to get it moving, and we're trying to give you guys a consistent double dose of this pimping. You feel me?
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? Pour you a double shot of this pimping right here. You feel me? No chasing.
Turn around till you see what you're turning down.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? We ain't giving up till you getting up. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing but to do it. And if I breeze through it, man, I'ma ruin it. You feel me? It's only one way up. Stay down, and stay the fuck out of my way. Nah, I'm just
pocket.
You gotta sock it to my pocket, baby. You gotta blast off like a rocket. You feel me? Yeah. If you ain't been there, then you been square. You feel me? We can go off
or blow up.
Go up or blow up, because for now you're looking toe up. You know what I mean? That's I think that was like a whole 24 pack of this pimping. We're gonna
that's not
anything more than that, y'all gotta pay for this shit. So
I think the tricks are starting to call, man.
Yeah, I'm just talking about shit. Yeah. Right now, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I gave you too much. I'm gonna send y'all, everybody listen, I'm gonna send y'all invoice. You know what I mean?
I get too much carry for free.
And no, it's like those free trial subscriptions, you know what I'm saying? Where they're like, you know what I mean? That, oh, you know what, your week's over. Oh, you reached your limit. You're gonna have to pay for the rest of this shit. Like automatic. I need you guys
first 5 minutes.
Exactly. I need y'all to sign up for your auto pay so that we could get that going and continue this.
You're trying to run it up.
Yeah, we trying to get there, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to get this bag.
All right, then. With that being said, we're gonna let y'all go, man. Episode 138 is in the books. We out.